This week I cut a really special stone and fall in love with it.
So I don't think I've cut a heart before in the video,
G'day everyone, I'm Justin from Black Opal Direct. Well, this time round we have a piece of opal that is from seam country, and it has a trait that is really common with seam opal, and it's something that you probably, if you are into cutting seam opal, you need to be aware of it. A lot of seam opal can wedge. So what I mean by that is the color bar where you're looking at can be really quite thick, but then as you go into the piece of opal, the color bar can thin down to a wedge, and this happens quite a lot with seam opal, especially from the Gurrowan fields. And it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen quite often. So in this piece, in this case, there is a really nice red color bar and it goes in a fair way, but as it goes through the piece, right down, it's paper thin on one side and it's a good 3 millimeters thick on the other side. So when we take this on the wheel, we have to be careful not to lose the thin color. So let's go and have a bit of a look and see how much we can get out of it. So this piece is quite interesting. It has, I think, what we call moss pattern, and there's some really nice bright red on certain angles there. But what I'm talking about with the wedging, this is quite thick color here, and as we make our way around to one side, you can see that the color is there, but it's so thin, paper thin. And when I take some of the top off, which I think I'm taking this side off, because it's proven right there that the red is quite bright. So when I take that off, I have to be really careful about this side losing its color because it's super, super thin. So let's get that wheel going and take its top off. Magical color. So because I can see pretty much all the way around this piece, I don't need to go around the edges so much. I only need to really just take straight a side off down to the color. And there may be some problems with it being undulated, so I might need a Dremel later on. I just don't know. We'll find out once we get further down. But as I grind, I can see that this potch is really quite dark. It's a nice healthy potch, and that's a good sign. So we're getting close to the colour on one side. And my whole goal with this is hopefully getting that red to show up throughout the whole stone. And if it is, it's going to be really quite a significant gem. Like, I'm talking very significant. But if it doesn't have the brightness down the thinner end, it's not going to be quite as good. Paper thin now. Not a lot of potch on the top. Oh, look at that. And the colour's now starting to come through right there. And look at it. That is nice red. Yes. Let's hope that this stays clean. Let's see, it's starting to come through. Ooh, come on. Oh, wow. That's some really pretty color right there. Wow. So I'm thinking even if there's a stone there, I'm looking pretty good. As long as we keep that potch clean, or the colour clean of potch. And that is the main goal. Amazing colour. Wow, look at that. That there is gorgeous. So let me turn that off for a second. We have something going on here that I'm not sure what I should do yet, but what I was thinking is possibly using that really nice red color there, a lot of potch in the face here, and this is the side where the color bar was super thin. So I'm thinking that this really needs to be chopped off. But what I was thinking, if I chop that off there and we round that, we make one beautiful red love heart right here. And I think that's what we're going to go with, because that color is absolutely gorgeous. And this potch might come out a little bit more as we make that beautiful heart. But what I might do is draw the lines on it and we'll do a cut on the slicer. Whew. Yeah, I love that red color. So I've just dried the stone nice and dry so that I can get the texture to right. And pretty much I think we're going to put the slice through there. That's probably a good spot. The heart will be around here, kind of like that. And that should work out quite nicely. Be a very cool piece. So let's get on the slicer and slice this part right off. Beautiful. So here's our slice, and where that potch was, or is, you can see that it actually cleans up on this side. So I can roll this out and we probably can get a nice little red stone out of here, or maybe two. This side here, it got thicker here, so I think I did the right thing, but by the time we've trimmed that in and rolled it down to make a nice heart, I think that will turn out actually quite nice. So pretty happy about that. And my light's turned off again. Back on, thank you. So I'm going to do a little bit of a test run on this piece, rolling that potch out. So hopefully it works for this one. So I don't think I've cut a heart before in a video. So this will be quite fun to do. And a beautiful red one at that. So we test run this piece. I'm going to roll that potch out here. We're going to try our best to roll it out. Hopefully she comes clean. And so it does there a little bit, which is quite good. Colour that was underneath there, and I'm going to go for a stone here and then a potched riddled stone on that one as well, so that should be okay. Alright, so this one we're going to work on a beautiful heart, so just going to grind all the excess off. I'll fast forward this bit and away I go. Alright, so the back's off now, and we can start to shape this into a beautiful heart. Beautiful. Something was unfolding before my eyes, and I didn't really realise it until I held the two pieces together. It's funny how sometimes you don't see things until it's right there before your eyes, and then it hits you, and you go, why didn't I see that earlier? Wow. 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 Look at that. We actually didn't plan that. That just happened all by itself. And look at that. I love it. That's amazing. You know, something like this makes me think like maybe it's a message from my old man from up above, letting me know he's still okay and he's watching down on me. I like to think that that's the way it is. You know, he sent me a few messages over the years just to let me know that everything's alright. You know, cutting a heart on a hard wheel is really difficult. You have to have a very steady hand to be able to get into the corners of those wheels without cutting different parts of the stone. It takes a little bit of practice, but you'll get the hang of it if you give it a go. It's just another trick that my dad taught me. Well, that was quite a surprise that we didn't expect to be actually two beautiful, perfectly sized icons for I love fishing. I love. So as we finish these two beautiful pieces, they are going to go as a matching pair because they're beautiful as I love, and there could be a U in a piece of jewellery like a choker or a pendant or something like that. They both weigh 14.97 carats, so pretty big pieces. But when we come to pricing a stone like this, because there's potch in the face and there's beautiful red gem colour, and there is some missing colour and some beautiful colour as well. Some of it's brighter, some of it's not so. To price something like this is really difficult, and you can really only go off, or I can only go off from past history what this type of opal has sold for. And I'm thinking it between the two pieces as a nice set, I would say around about the $4,000. So that would probably bring the price about the right place. I could have trimmed the piece into a nice $4,000 oval to begin with, but I thought when this started forming, I thought, no, this is quite special, and I thought it would be much better to do it this way. But I hope you enjoyed the journey anyway. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Marzipan.
Chocolate. I love sherbet. Belt buckles. I love butterflies. I love
sticks.
I love sticks. I love fizzy bubbler.
I do love Zohan. I love strawberry jam. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. So in the comments, tell me what you love.
Can't use any of that.